Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here on this Friday morning. Let's get started with our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. High today is all the way up to 85 and low 77. We had a lot of rain this week, just scattered throughout the Panhandle. It looks like it's going to be clearing on out pretty soon. It looks like a pretty decent weekend again. Water temperature is at 84.7. That's the highest it's been so far this year, 84.7. So it's heating back up. River readings, take a look at Apalachicola up Bluntstown. It is level off. It's just flat line right now for throughout the weekend. It looks pretty even at 9.4. So it's high for fishing. And also for July 4th festivities around the sandbars and all, it's not going to leave you that much room on the sandbar, so be careful there. Sand Hill Seafood brings our river readings to us. Some good fresh seafood up on Highway 77 just past Bozeman. We're in Choctawhatchee at Caryville. It's at 9 foot and it's slowed down. You see it dropped out pretty far the last couple of days, slowed down now, but it may pick back up on the next time I show you this. It's going to be rising pretty soon. So it's going to be, both rivers around 9 foot, so it's going to be high. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. Folks, we wrapping up June. Pretty decent tides, not as good as it's been early in the week, but we got an 8:46 a.m. high tide, and then a low tide at 10:03, so they're sort of flipping on us, so we're not at midday high tide, so we're going to have some neap tides coming up. Marine forecast coming out of southwest at about 5 to 10, so not bad there. And let's go into a fishing game time brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers down in Port St. Joe. And I'm going to buy some more diving stuff down there probably tomorrow while I'm down there. It's going to be it's going to be crowded. There'll be a lot of folks down there, a lot of folks looking for a good time. 6:22 to 8:22 a.m. and 6:44 to 8:44 p.m. Let's do our Sand Hill Seafood giveaway, okay? All right, this will be for 2 half-bag oysters, either 2 seafood platter plates, okay? And the first winner will be Russ Nichols from Lynn Haven. And the second winner will be, that's going to be, right here, Carol Jean Keeling from Panama City. So Lynn Haven and PC. And today's going to be the last day I draw from all the names. I'm going to add all the names that won the first 6 months, put them back in here. So we're going to have a full pickle jar. So today will be the last day on the non-winners. All right, let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Glad you're with us today. We got a lot going on Friday, getting ready for July 4th coming up, and it's going to be an exciting time. I'll say it over and over again. Plan to be careful and plan to have a good time, but always be watching out for some things going on around you. I've got a couple of pictures I want to show. Let me see if I can get them in order here. I've got them. I got a couple of vacation pictures I want to show you. I haven't showed you. I only got 2,400 left, but let me show you 2 of them today. That might wrap it up. But I was proud of these. This was just Gail and the kids walking down the street there between the White House and we were just walking. Our hotel was 2 blocks behind the White House. They were all happy, excited. They just bouncing around. I just jumped out. It was all of us. I don't know where the rest of them were, but the important ones were with us. Okay, and this is our last. Just we're getting ready to come home. We're in Jamestown here, getting ready to get back in the vehicles and pose for our final picture. That's my crew of 11, and we had a wonderful vacation, 8 days up in that area, and a really, really wonderful time, memorable time. All right, let's move on. Okay, I like this one. Do more things that make you forget to check your phone. Okay, it makes a lot of sense there. Now let me see what else I got here. Let me get on through here. Okay, I wanted to show this one here. Okay, this picture here, it makes me sad because this is up at the Deer Point Dam on the saltwater side, the boat landing there. We've talked about the black drum that, we've talked about it for a couple of weeks now here on Panhandle Outdoors about how easy they are to catch, and there's a bunch of them up there. Well, not quite as many because they've been hit pretty hard. And we've also talked about they're not any good to eat. They really aren't any good to eat. You can tell me all you want, all these famous recipes and all these things and all that, but when you clean those things, open them up, all those worms are in them. They're full of worms, especially the big ones. And these are big ones here. And look what the people did. This is such a waste, and they're fun to catch. And throw them back in, let somebody else catch them next week. And this was at West Bay Bridge. happening like this at West Bay Bridge, at the Deer Point Dam, right behind the dam is happening. And if you see somebody doing that, just tell them it just ain't right, and it's illegal to catch more than limit. And obviously these people had more than limit. So let me get on to who. Let's see. I do want to announce. Okay, I can't find what I'm looking for, but I do want to announce. Okay, black drum. Let's talk about scallop in a minute. We're talking about sizes and all. If you remember, I don't know if you remember this little thing right here. Y'all see that right there? Whitney and I, mainly Whitney, if it falls through, you know what to do. And that was for the size, the scallop size. I was put this together. I was thinking last night. It was about 5 years ago that we put this together. We actually took a scallop shell and traced it on here and cut this out. And we're trying to let the public know what size scallop. So if you had a scallop, say, this size scallop right here, and you could keep it. But if you had a little scallop and it fell through, you just, throw it back. Because a lot of people come down from Georgia and places like that don't really know about sizes. And we talked to the FWC about it, and they were very receptive. Nothing ever happened on it, but I don't know if we talked to the right people anyway, but if we'd have done this, I was thinking, my point, if we'd done this 5 years ago, we would not be in the trouble we are today in St. Joe Bay with, not that very many scallops. I know red tide would have taken some of them. It would not have taken 95% of what was left. But so what I'm saying, when we do get in scallop season, I'll talk more about it. Those small scallops, those big drum, us as outdoorsmen and all, we have to discipline ourselves as far as, throw these back and throw those back. So that's what made me think about that. So the scallop advice, okay? So make sure that you tell people when they're coming into town and all about the little scallops. I know it's already started down there in Stenhatchee. Now they got a lot of them down there. I've seen some really good pictures. Obviously, it's just tons of them down there. And I've never been, but I know Greg and Bill and their families are going down there pretty soon, and I see some more pictures. Okay, now let's go ahead and do our real-time fisheries giveaway. Okay, this will be over there on Highway 22, real-time fisheries. Dennis and Josh and all those guys, Dennis Hale, they do a really good job. They've been great sponsors with us, and I just want to give them a big shout out. Really good fresh seafood over there on the east side of town. So give them a visit on Highway 22 in Callaway. And the winner is going to be Evie Cloud, okay? Evie Cloud from Mariana. All right, just run down here and get you some fresh seafood. All right, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I did want to show, we did have the second winner on that CCA tagged redfish tournament, and it was over in the Jacksonville area. The first one was right down here, right outside of Lanark Village was that, and they won a very nice boat. Check this out. Here's a picture of the guy. Congratulations to Jay Carter, the second winner in the star. Jay's taking home a brand new, check this out, folks, a contender 22-foot with a Yamaha 250 and a aluminum boat trailer. Okay, there's still more out there. There's a couple more boats out there, and that GMC truck is still out there. But boy, I know he's excited, and that's cool. All right, so anyway, we want to show that, and we're going to keep you updated on it. That's two winners right there, and I think two more nice boats out there, and that truck. All right, now I wanted to let's talk about fishing now. I want to talk about a few minutes just on jig heads. So many people fish with jigs, and I can still remember fishing with my first jig. I was off the Navarre Pier with an older guy, and he was showing me how to do it, and I just got a kick out of it. I got so excited about it. Later on, I was able to buy me some molds, and I made my own jigs for a long time, and it's cheaper to make. And also, I taught my outdoor ed kids how to do it for a while. But anyway, I just want to talk about sizes and all. So I'm going to start with this size right here. I call this a tomahawk size, and each one has this advantage. And this one, a large one like this, has a strong advantage. You can see how we made it. That's some fresh lead, and that's some old lead. And you can, we would paint them and all, and of course, the idea, of course, the hooks on them and all that. I'll bring you the molds. We'll do that on another show. I just want to show you the head right there. Okay, the most popular, though, are the round-headed ones in different sizes, 1/8 ounce and a 1/4 ounce, okay? 1/8 ounce, 3 ounce, 1/4 ounce, and all different sizes of round-headed. and we painted. I even painted one pink and all. So these are just some we made over the years. But around the advantage of these is you get a good even movement from the when you cast out, it bounces along the water and hits the sand, and a good even movement. Okay, and these are some of the early ones. A lot of people now just fish with them unpainted. But one of my favorites, I'm going to show you one of my favorites, and they're becoming fairly popular now. Called it a football head. Football head. And you see that's sort of. And the advantage of this, a lot of people, I would say they're a little more popular now. A lot of people didn't use them for a long time. But the advantage of that, it sort of bounces uneven along. Okay, when it bounces uneven, the tail is going to wiggle back more. Okay, so when you bounce it along, it might pull it this way, it might pull it that way. So it's going to hit something. So that's why I like these. I'm going to fish more and more with these jigs. So they're real popular. And I'm just going to, here's some commercial made. And what they do commercially, that's a little more flat right there. And what they do commercially, of course, you can see the paint job's a lot better. Most of my paint wore off. Tell you what we started doing, we started using fingernail polish. One of the girls one day, we were putting all kind of little powder paint on them and all that. And one of the girls was doing her fingernails. She said, "Hey, Coach, y'all want to try this?" And that's how we started using. And you stop and think about fingernail polish, how strong it is. And we started using that, and we used that for a long time. And it comes, of course, all kinds of colors. So we got some wacky ones made, but it was a lot of fun. And now here's a painted head on a football. I'm gonna call it a football one here. But notice that in the commercial, a lot of eyes, and we could have put some eyes on them, but a lot of times these eyes put on them, or, you know, I don't know what the scientific studies say, but the fishermen themselves, it makes sense. So you want to, all baits they have eyes, so you want to put eyes on them. So that's appealing of that. And of course, here are some of the newer models where you'd have a little spring here, where that screws into the body. And then you hide the hook. You got different size hooks and all, wide gap and different kinds and all that. But anyway, just the basic knowledge of the jig head itself, what it does is important. And like I say, these are streamlined here, and they'll cast. And of course, the pompano jigs are bullet molds. I didn't bring in the pompano jigs. So here's a package of DOAs right here, and they'll package them up. And it got to the point you can buy these almost. Of course, it don't cost me anything to make them other than time, and that's worth a lot too. So anyway, that's some package ones, and you'll see all kind of combinations. And while I pulled this out too. I want to show this right here with pompano season coming up. This, okay, it's about half the size it was originally, this little crab, and it's stuck on there. Okay, this is my 2-hook pompano rig, and this also right here is what left. See this right there? I don't know if you can see it. The cheese, it's like cheesecloth. It's polyester. That's the inside of the fishing strip. Those little fishing strips I tell you about, how cool they are. That's what holds them together. Now on the downside, they're hard. It's hard to get off. It's hard to get these things off. I left it on there just to show y'all, but you can see what it looks like. And these right here, these are real fat and juicy at one time, but when they dry up, they just sort of shrink up. But now I also like these little floats here. It sort of keeps when you throw it out there, the bait will float up a little bit with these little floats on it like that. And that's the purpose of it. It'll float up. Okay. That's just some ideas for surf fishing and doing those kind of things. All right, now let's move on. We're going to move on. I do want to say next week, Monday's show is going to be really good. We're going to do I've got a little 7-minute video, and it's the darndest thing, one of my favorite videos I think we've ever done. And it's a mockingbird, a mom and dad mockingbird, and they have eggs in our backyard in a kumquat tree. And we watched them hatch, and then we started videoing it. I say we, Gail did, over a 2-week period. And it's fascinating, and we got all that documented. So that's going to be a Monday show. Then a special show on July 4th, celebrating our country's independence, and my recent trip to Monticello and learning more about Thomas Jefferson. It's going to be a good show, and how the outdoors was important, very important to them, what they did. So that's going to be a good July 4th show. And then on Wednesday, we'll have the video from this past Tuesday's trip with Billy Archer on the Seminole Wind, where Darrell Weeks, who won the Fishing with Coach show, he'll be with us, and a bunch of other guys who just really enjoy fishing. Okay, now let's take our drawing. This drawing will be, let's see, we're on Tarpon Dock Seafood now, aren't we? Tarpon Dock Seafood, and here it is right here, Tarpon Dock Seafood, our winner. And listen, they're going to be really hit hard today and tomorrow. If you want fresh seafood, get down there early. There's going to be a lot of folks cooking seafood. All right, the first winner of the $20 gift certificate, Kathy Wright Singleton. And the winner of the Big Red Snapper, and they're just good to eat. It's going to be Hastings Shaw from Ponce de Leon. Okay, that's our winners there. Now we're going to clear the deck here, and I want to make sure that that you always tell our sponsors how much you enjoy the show and all. That goes a long way in reassuring them that their money is well spent. And I really get some great feedback. So we're going to take our break and come back and do our famous Friday fishing forecast. Okay, welcome back and welcome to Famous Friday Fishing Forecast. Let's get started. Got a lot of stuff to go over. I want to show you what we call the Big Bend area, okay, which is right below Tallahassee, and work our way. And the Big Bend area is where, you know, all the scalloping and everything is now. It just happens, there's some really good scalloping all through that area. We've talked about it before, but let's move on up into the Carabel, Lanark Village, and this is where that big redfish was caught. The first thing I wrote down on the report, it continues to be fish early and fish late, okay? So that's so important, fish early and fish late. The water's a little bit stained, and we talked about that, and all the air is a little bit stained, but I'm telling you now, listen very carefully. This past week has been some of the best red fishing been between these storms. This is coming from recreational anglers, guys I know that's been out fishing. They've done really well. I'm talking about last weekend, you know, last week that storm came through, Cindy came through, and then we had the good weekend. A lot of folks caught some redfish and trout, so it was good. And then we sort of been sandwiched in and out this weekend, but this week. But it's been really good red fishing. Okay, I do want to mention some triple tail have been caught. Some nice triple tail have been caught this time of year behind where St. Vincent Island is. Okay, there's some buoy lines back in there. There's some really good triple tail fishing through here. Again, the East Point Bridge, the old bridge there, we talked about it. The sheephead bite's been really good. The drum bite has been excellent. We talked about drum up here in Bay County, but the drum bite has been really good off this bridge right here. Okay, so keep that in mind if you just want to fish from a bridge. Backside wade fishing is going to be really good on July 4th. That's one of the good things to do. Wade fishing, I love doing it on July 4th because I refuse to take a boat out on July 4th. But I will go out wade fishing because most of the folks are out there in the boats running around. So you find some wade fishing spots, that's going to be the best fishing on July 4th. Now I've cut down on my cooking. I used to cook all day long on July 4th. Now I'm going to fish more and cook less. Some family members are doing more cooking and I'm doing less cooking. All right, St. Vincent Island, like I say, back behind it, and of course, it's going to be really crowded in this area here. A lot of surf fishing is going to be really crowded. Whiting bite is still going on. A few pompano, not anything really strong. Going to St. Joe Bay, and like I say, we're going to be floundering hopefully up in this area right through here. Trout fishing is going to be good early in the morning, and the red fishing. Okay, red fishing, all through here is going to be good red fishing. Where the canal comes out right here, you don't have to get out on a boat again. It's a great place to go July 4th. Okay, I'm going to show it to you. Highland View Bridge, park your truck on either side, walk out, fish through here. It's going to be some good flounder fishing. I promise you, flounder fishing is going to be really good in that area. Mexico Beach, Mitch Coleman is still taking folks out on weekends. It's going to be the buoy line, fishing on the buoy lines, Mexico Beach. King mackerel, I've seen some really good pictures off the pier. King mackerel been caught this week. That's a big sign now. And also the buoy line in Mexico Beach is going to be really strong coming out here. Surf fishing is going to be really crowded in here. A lot of folks going to be in here, so be careful. If you're going to surf fish in Mexico Beach, do it at daybreak to about 9 o'clock, and then you go home, get a cup of coffee, and enjoy what you've done. Okay, Crooked Island Sound will be crowded. Let's go into St. Andrew Bay System. East Bay, I'm telling you folks, right, I'm going to show you where. Let's go to West Bay. I've just got to go to West Bay. Again, this is really good up in here, and right in here. There's some really nice redfish that have been caught. They were just tearing it up. And also, all up in the North Bay. And North Bay usually not that strong, but the school of redfish got up in here, got around the dam. They were catching drum on one cast and redfish on the other cast. So it's been really good. They're using live bait for that. Keep in mind, a lot of fishermen are using live bait around the dam and places like that. And this area's been really hot. Now, East Bay, Sandy Creek. We talk about Sandy Creek a lot, coming out of Sandy Creek coming out of here, and it's an excellent place. You're going to catch, it's going to be crowded at the Sandy Creek boat ramp on July 4th and probably even on that Monday. I'm going to do some real serious fishing on Monday, but not on that Thursday, but we will have our boat out. But now listen, that's Sandy. Once you come out of Sandy Creek, you just got a lot of room. Callaway Bayou, Sandy Creek, and all up through here. Now it's sort of getting a little noisy up in this area, but on the Tyndall side, it's going to be really good fishing there. Okay. Let's go to the State Park Pier. State Park Pier, it's going to be crowded again. I hate to keep saying that, but you know how it is July 4th. State Park Pier, the rocks themselves, there hadn't, you know, I've been by there quite. I have not seen a lot of people fishing off the jetties. I don't know if it just, you know, coming through at different times and all, but not a lot of people fishing now. Between, you know, daybreak and about 9 o'clock, it's pretty crowded, but it's going to be good. This point right here used to be excellent. It's going to just be really crowded coming out of there. Okay, I'm sorry, right here, point right here. Okay, now let's go to Intercoastal. Intercoastal is going to be good. Choctawhatchee. Okay, drum fishing is going to be good. Catch and release those big drum. We talk about it over and over again. Catch and release them. Choctawhatchee Bay, all along the bridge, and they're still working to get a petition signed and get a chance to run by and sign those petitions about opening up some of this fishing in this area here. There's going to be a lot of folks at this new boat ramp. There'll be a lot of folks here, and there'll be a lot of good fishing on the north side. Okay, over this side here, up in Freeport. Basin Bayou is going to be good. It's going to be, the more you get over here, the more crowds you're going to get. I shudder at having to think I'd have to fish here on July 4th. That'd be 2,000 some boats right in here. But anyway, if you get out, surf fishing will be good early at Grayton Beach State Park, and we're about to run out of time. But number one, I wrote this down twice: safety, safety. Be safe out there, and take care of yourself on the boat. Watch for other people. If you're out there snorkeling, put those divers flags up. Get them up there like Travis said yesterday so people can see them. And don't go running up on people. Leave them room and all. You have a great July 4th, well, we're not July 4th. You have a great pre-July 4th weekend. Enjoy yourself outdoors, and we'll see you Monday. You have a great day. Do something good for someone, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.